Greetings and salutations, universe. This is Creeta. I have a turtle on my head, and this is Oceanblock. Look at this lovely ocean. Oh, it's beautiful. In the last episode, we checked out Draconic Evolution. Oh, how wonderful. And we made some power pots. These things are super powerful, allowing us to have all the awakened draconium and other things like dragon eggs in the world. We even set this up in between episodes to feed the reactors that would be giving us everything we need. What's going on here? Uranite? It seems I need to fix some of these chests. We are not feeding into them. Anywho, these chests are feeding our reactors, and we're working on a reactor room for that. Oh, how splendid is this room. Tons of power to power those power pots, and in the distance is the thing I want to work on today. I want to work on Botania. Oh yes! Now, floral fertilizer is how we get the wonderful seeds, and this is a pretty simple thing, just a bunch of dye along with some bone meal, and we can get all the flowers we could possibly need. Look at this. Now, right now it is dirt, but I have a plan for that, and I went to the end and I grabbed the really cool trees that I could find there. How awesome are these trees? Oh, how wonderful. Alright, so then the first thing that we need to make is a petal apothecary, which is super easy to make. Just a petal, but in this case I'm going to use a mushroom and some cobblestone variety of things. Now, I know we need water for this. Now, I am curious, if I place this down, and we'll get rid of a flower, can I tell it to fill with water? What about a dispenser with a water bucket? Oh, it drops the bucket. And this collector can be filtered, and there we go. I'm pretty sure if we hit this button, it should fill with water. Now, why is this important? Because this thing always wants water, alright? The apothecary, what's the first thing we should make? Heck yeah, it's a pure daisy. And we can use mushrooms, and that's good because I have a bunch of mushrooms growing in that underground base thingy. Now, this thing always wants water, alright? We can toss in these, and you'll see if we give it another a seed, it will now give us a daisy. Nice. And if we press the button, we have water again. We always need water. Water is critical. Ooh, this is neat. Can we right click with an empty hand? Was that what it was saying? Boop and boop. Hey, another pure daisy. And this is pretty simple. I could have done it in less space, but we have the dispenser hooked up to just some alloy wire, and it powers this. This dispenser gets water. Water goes into this dispenser, and this is picking up the empty bucket that the dispenser drops when it's done, and of course there's a filter here. Pretty snazzy indeed. If I put it on a timer, then water buckets get dropped everywhere. If I have this collect water buckets, then the water never ends up in the system, which is terrible. Hey, Lincoln B, how's it going? Pure daisies are very important for Botania. They make living rock and living wood, as I'm sure many of you already know, along with some cool stuff. You can make ice and all that jazz. But one trick you might not know is to start your ring for the daisy below the daisy, because a lot of the time we have access to wands, and we can just pop, and the thing that you want to transmute will go right above it. If we had a bunch of these in a tower, we could just do the same thing, like so, and be in business. You get a ton of it really quickly, and I'm pretty sure we might do the same. Now, as you can see, there is some sparkling around the logs and stone. That's because the daisy is trying to turn it into that corresponding block, and all we have to do is wait a moment, and there we go. Living wood and living rock. Now, I am just going to quickly break this stuff, but this is important for things like wands, and this is important for things like mana pools, and that should be some quests complete. Oh yeah! Next up is that mana pool, Perfect. All right. Now, from there, I guess, just go straight into the runic altar along with a bunch of runes. But ultimately, what we need to do is make mana. And there's a bunch of ways to make it. Specifically with the flowers from Botania, there's all sorts of things like thermalilies. These, I'm pretty sure they either burn lava or things like the endo flame just burn any burnables. They are so cool. I think the one I'm going to go with as my beginner flower is the endo flame. And just like so, there we have it. And pretty sure we can just click, boop. Oh, we got the water bucket in our hand, not as ideal. Right click with an empty hand, and boop, there's a second one. Plonk down a mana spreader, and I'm pretty sure we should just be able to toss a bunch of coal on here. And 9 endo flames is going to cook, and we have mana! Woohoo! What mana allows us to do is do things like drop a diamond in here and get a mana diamond, which allows us to do all sorts of cool things, like maybe get a dragon stone. Yeah. Now, I did notice that we have enough mana steel. This is made the exact same way. You toss in a piece of iron, get a mana steel, but there is such thing as a mana steel seed. So, toss these in here, and you know what? Wom did wom did wom wom. And just like that, we should have mana steel seed. Nice. Up next is the runic altar, which is going to allow us to make all sorts of runes. Woohoo! Runes are pretty cool. You just slap on whatever the recipe is. In this case, it's a fire rune. You get the mana spreader attached to the mana pool, pointed at the runic altar, and and once we toss on, we have to like gently place a living rock on top and right click, and we have runes. Just have to make a whole bunch of them. And while I make up a bunch of runes, check out what else we found. I think I figured it out. Basalts, blitzes, and blizzes. We're just using a solium cleaver, which has soul siphon 4. It seems, and it looks cool, look how cool that is. Seems to work pretty good. We just jump in here and we hunt these guys. So this is one of them, that's the blizzes, or the blitzes. These are the blizzes, and die, die, die! Powered by Cursed Earth, of course. Look at that. Blitzes are all done. All we have to do is hunt down some blizzes and basalts. And there we go. Basalts, we can toss those in along with tertium. Blitzes, toss those in with some tertium as well. Once the seed gets made, it automatically goes over there because pipes are awesome. And this one gets made, and that last one is blizz. So we should have basalts, blitz, and waiting, there it is, blizz. Woohoo! And since we got those, I thought might as well make a little turtle enclosure, and whenever the turtles would grow up, we get a scoot. And maybe this got involved too. But the scoots allow us to get the turtle jars, along with other methods. And just like that, the last jar is ready. We can toss that in there along with some perdentium. Man, once the turtles get like hatching, a whole bowl or dale or nest of them, they really come out swinging. Now back to making runes, starting with air. Hello, air. There's water. And the last of the primary runes is earth. Hi, earth. Now, runes are broken into sections, at least in my opinion. You have the primary runes, which are the elemental, water, fire, earth, and air. And with those 4 elements, you can become the avatar. But it then has the seasonal ones, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And these need a rune to make them, right? You also have a rune of mana. And then you go into the runes of the deadly sins, lust, gluttony, etc. And these require a primary rune, so like air, and then a seasonal one like summer. And a lot of them might make a lot of sense, but they're just mana diamonds and those two runes. But you can see how making runes becomes really important very quickly. It might even be kind of neat to try and set up an automated system for this, but for now, this is what we got. Forgot about the snow. There we go. Oi! Oh, there's an extra. I forgot about the snow. There we go. Winter is coming along nicely. Now we just always need to have some living rock to toss on there, and bob-a-da-boop. We should have a winter rune. Winter is the one I'm going after first, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be what allows us to make a very special plant, the Spectrolus. Oh, here we go. Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, pride. Oh, what's wrong with pride? Needs mana. And pride. There we go. For good measure, also mana. Quest complete. Beautiful. Now it should be noted. Oh, I almost didn't pick up lust. Oh dear. Alright, it should be noted that that's a lot of runes, and my inventory was empty when I did that, for the most part, of runes anyway. So we do get back runes in rune crafting, which is pretty cool. So when we're doing something like Pride, we just have to have fire and summer, and then we get to just use mana diamonds to get the Pride, and we get to keep summer and fire. I think that is so cool! Alright, the next thing that this wants for us to do is make a terrasteel agglomeration plate. Oh boy, which is pretty simple. I think it just requires some runes, but what it does require to run is sparks, and sparks are pretty cool. But first I suppose we should make the plate. What are we missing? We need a block of mana steel. Beautiful. Yoink, and boop, terrasteel. Now it should be noted we already have 2 terrasteel from, I believe it's the really good ones. Oh, it's the blue ones. How did I get more of these? Oh well, we already have 2 terrasteel, so kind of the only purpose for this will be to get 2 more, and then, well, you know, we just go to the seeds, because seeds fix everything. So, I'm pretty sure that all we need to do is make a little pattern on the ground and hook up some sparks. Fairly certain this is correct. Toss down the terrasteel plate. I think we have to add one of the sparks to it. I can even see what looks to be another star in there. That's kind of neat. Toss one over there. And what is the recipe for terrasteel? I think it's it's pretty much just the 3 mana items. So that's pretty simple. We have a bunch of that. And it should be as simple as just plonking it on here and hoping that I did it right. Hey, so mana is coming from that, makes big blue blobby circle thingamabobbers, and we go wobbity 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 wah 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 wah. It takes a little while, but that's okay. It takes a lot longer than I thought. Maybe we can plunk a spark on this one as well. Do we have enough? Ah, there we go. Perfect. Mana steel. Crafted the way we're supposed to. One more, and we'll be able to craft it the way we're not supposed to. With cheaty seeds. Into the chest they go, just like so. And womada womada wom. Wow! And terrasteel seeds. Yeah, these things aren't broken at all. And just like that, we have terrasteel ingots set up. Beautiful. Already doubled the number that we had before. Now, this is a tremendously good material. You can make all sorts of nifty gadgets with it, including some really powerful armor, if we didn't already have super powerful armor. But it will help us move forward. I am sure of it. Not to mention, there's some crazy things we'll need to make with this stuff. A very good example of something that's really critical using terrasteel is an elven gateway. Ooh, nature. We might need that too, I don't remember. Need an elven gateway core along with some living wood. We have to sparkle it up a little bit, just like so. I think that's way more than we need. Maybe do like 16 of that. That should be fine. 16 of those, and quest complete Alfheim. Well, not quite. We need to make a little portal. As it turns out, we do need some pylons. So 2 nature pylons coming from a mana pylon using Eye of Ender, and once again that Terra Steel coming in clutch. In fact, you need 3 for each of the mana, each of the nature pylons, and you need 3 for the portal. So you do need a whole ingot to make this function. Toss that right on top of the mana spot, make sure it actually goes there, and I think we have to fill these up. I'm hoping that we can do it with the sparks, but that might require dispersal, which needs pixie dust. So let's see if we can just point these into the pool. Is that going to function? I think it will. And after some floating endo flames, which are hooked up to pretty much a little chain, I don't want the mana to go too far without, I think it will start losing potency after 4 blocks or something like that. Snaked it around, and I'm pretty sure we should be able to click on this block and a portal to Alfheim will generate. Oh, that's so cool! Now, it does take a fair bit of mana, and, well, that's what endo flames are for. So, I believe that we only really need 4 of the mana steel because we're going to make elemental seeds, but I don't think we can do that with the other things. So let's test this. We got back 2, so I guess we'll toss in more of that. Excuse me, where? You are supposed to be giving me that stuff at a much better ratio than it seems you are, sir. Sir, is it 4 to 1? What nonsense is this? There we go. Ay, 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 ay. It's 2 to 1. I think they cheated me. Alright, next up, we're just going to toss a whole bunch of pearls in there because we need a ton of pixie dust. This stuff is fantastically important. You can use it for all sorts of things, especially the spark augments. This is going to allow us to not have to necessarily use these spreaders all over the place, and we'll just be able to have one super pool and it'll disperse to anything else that has a spark on it. At least that's how I view it. Alright, toss in the mana diamonds, and that's going to give us dragon stones. Don't fully remember. Oh yeah, Gaia mana spreaders. We're going to need that. Luminizer world seed. What's a world seed? Oh, that's exciting. I like it. I like it a lot. I want more. Can we right click and just pick up a whole bunch of stuff? I picked up coal. This thing does make excess. Good boy. Keep eating. Nom nom nom. Coal. Good. Next up, it wants me to fight Gaia. Oh, how exciting. Now, for the Gaia, I think we need to make Gaia pylons. I think we need more than that. I think we need 4. I'm going to go with 4 and find out afterwards. Oh, we need elemental seeds. Ah, silly portal. Give me more. I want to make both. There we go. Very good. Alright. 2 pylons for more Gaia thingamabobbers. Gaia pylons. Excellent. Give back the coal and set up a fighting arena. I think that is a good start to this platform. I just have to figure out how to place these properly. I think the book will help. Lexica Botania. Everything I was doing based on pretty much memory, but I suppose we should have had the book. Toss in the Alfheim portal and challenges. Where is it not in challenges? These are things that it wants us to automate. Miscellaneous. Have to find exactly what it is. Ritual of Gaia. There we go. It needs us to, visualize. Click again to clear. Click a block in order to anchor the structure. Oh, very neat. So all we have to do is fly over to our portal, and I'm pretty sure once it loads, will it allow us to see what's going on? I think it wants us to break this, and then we can place it on that block. Right click. Okay, it is now bound. Will it accept emerald blocks? Not entirely too sure. Do these need to float? I think they do. Living wood. Boop, boop, and place. Maybe one higher? It is finicky, these things. Boop. There we go. And it also says 11 out of 14, so it is fairly happy so far. And there we go. Complete. So, I think we just plonk a terrasteel ingot on it, and the fight will begin. Is that how this works? Alright, jetpack off. I don't think it likes us flying. And we need a reasonable sword. Supremium sword should do nicely. And, let's just find out. Nope, that's not how. Ah, shift right. Whoa, that's loud. Very loud. Very, 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 very loud. We're gonna bring that way on down. And there we go. Heck yeah. Whew. Sorry for the volume. All right, now I think this is a shadowy, blocky form of us. So all we have to do is kill, unfortunately, kind of ourselves, but that's no big deal. We just smack them a little bit, and this should be over. Hey, it's raining. Oh, that's kind of neat. It's been raining a lot lately. All right, he goes up into the sky, and he's gonna drop a bunch of mobs. Whatcha! And we have to kill them. Haha! Kill the mobs and get their hats, because this is really hat simulator if you think about it. Boom! Kapow! Kapoom! Whoa, that's a lot of dudes. Hey! 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 Whatcha! Is he healing? I think he's healing. That jerk butt. How many more of these do we have to kill, huh? He brings out those guys? Ay, that's not fair at all. Whatcha, whatcha. Now, this is a little bit silly. We are very, very overpowered for this guy. So, that's no big deal. We'll just give him a good smackaroony. And this is done. Dunzos. That's a lot of loot. We're just gonna come on over here and toss some stuff out. Boop, 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 boop. Just like so. And we should be able to pick up everything now. There we go. We got our Gaia spirits. Now I think we did get some of these from pulsating crates, but not quite enough to do the Gaia spirit part 2. Next up, we take the Gaia spirit ingot, toss it on here, and I'm pretty sure that we shift right click again, and this is the Guardian fight part 2. I did make the sword a little bit more powerful so that we have a better chance at getting through this without too much hassle. But yeah, pretty much just have to kill him once more, and he's going to jump into the sky at least twice for this fight, I believe. Maybe not. Does he not jump into the sky? Excuse me, sir. You have a role to do. There you go. Jump up there. And drop your mobs. Oh, he's shooting the sparky things. Haha. Gonna beat all these enemies. And he's back on the ground. Come here. Come here, sir. We gotta hit ya. Smack ya. There we go. Hahaha. What on earth did he just drop? He dropped so much stuff. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Ooh, Blacker Lotus. Nice. A match with the Black Lotus. Definitely not a reference at all. Oh, he drops the really good runes. I wish I'd known that before. Overgrowth seeds are awesome. There we go. Beautiful. Drop anything else that's interesting? I don't think so. And a will of Torag along with a dice of fate. We can crack this open and we get the key of King's Law. I'm pretty sure that this requires mana, so we have this from a chest along with the Band of Aura, and we can hold this back and then shoot tons of explosive things that do lots of damage. How cool is that? Almost as cool as the end of the episode. In this episode, we smashed through the entire page of, oh dear, we need to make a catalyst. 2 alchemy catalysts coming up. Boom! Chapter complete! Along with a conjuration catalyst. These are very useful for changing the effects of the mana pool. You can do all sorts of awesome stuff with this stuff. And this stuff with this stuff. Oh, that's good job, Creeta. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed. And look how cool it is here. Oh, this is fantastic. Alright, hope you're having a wonderful time and a wonderful season. This has been Creeta, playing Oceanblock. I still have a turtle on my head. Bye-bye!